Welcome to the Unapologetic Man Podcast, the only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it. So I almost totaled my car with both Marissa and my 4-year-old daughter, Lucia, inside of it. We were driving to dinner the other day, and I don't know if you guys knew this, but in Colorado, as well as other cold climates, whenever it snows, there's always cold wind that blows underneath the bridges. And if the snow melts a little bit, or if there's any slush or any water to the snow whatsoever, it creates ice, specifically on bridges. Of course, a lot of you guys have heard of black ice, but I didn't know about this until we're driving along in my freaking Toyota 4Runner, which is lifted, and I think I was in 4-wheel drive because it was snowing, completely got sideways. I'm just driving along, and suddenly the back end is now parallel with the front end, and I am sliding sideways. At that moment, and I'm really proud of myself because of this, I was like, I got this shit, I got this. So I counter-steered because obviously I drift my 4Runner in the parking lots, and I highly suggest you guys learn how to control drifts in snow if you live in a snowy area, because this too can happen to you. So we're completely sideways, and I counter steer, and I believe I was kind of throttling and braking. I was just like drifting. I'm like, this is a fucking drift event. And I kept saying over and over again, and Marissa can attest to this, I got this, I can do this, I've got control. So I'm sideways one way, and then I counter steer, and we go sideways the other way. And I was basically doing what's called a manji, which is like a chicane. Like you go to the left and then you go to the right until I was able to get it straight, and I saved the fucking day. Now, the reason I'm telling you this story is because confidence is often assumed if you're confident in something, but you don't really know you're confident in something until you're in a situation, and more importantly, in an emergency situation. I've been talking to girls for years. I know I'm confident with them. That's not a big deal. But when it comes to driving and other things, I think I'm confident, but you don't know until the critical moment that you actually are confident. It's funny because Marissa's like, dude, all you kept saying over and over again is, I got this shit, I can do this, I got this. And I'm fucking drifting. Meanwhile, my daughter's in the back going, Daddy, what's happening? Like, why are we sideways right now? So I got it straight, got us to the restaurant. And then on the drive back, all these cars were crashed, dude. There was at least 6 cars that fucking went into the wall on that section of the highway. So I'm pretty proud of myself. Yes, I'm flexing my feathers a little bit going down Flex Avenue, but dude, that was epic, dude. I've told that story to so many people, and it's a story that I'll tell to girls in the nightclub and bars. Telling stories is really important. But today, gentlemen, is not about telling stories. Today is about getting absolutely shredded for summertime that's coming up, because I don't know about you, but during the holidays and this winter especially, I let myself get back to that chicken McNugget with tits look. I look like a potato with a bathing suit on it, or a turnip that was stood vertically with a goddamn penis on the thing. I looked horrible, and I looked in the mirror about a month ago, and I was like, bro, what have you done, man? You talk about discipline, you talk about masculinity, you are not walking the talk, idiot. So get back in the gym, get back on a pin diet, and that's what I've been doing. So what I'm gonna talk about today is from my own experience. I am not a personal trainer, and I know there's like 60 million personal trainers that listen to this. So please do not write me an email saying, oh, you got that part wrong, or no, that wasn't true. I'm just giving my everyman experience, and I'm 40 years old, and I have been able to get shredded again in just about, I'd say about 6 weeks, because once you have it, it's really quick to get back to it, especially with the method that I'm going to share with you today. But in no means whatsoever am I a professional when it comes to this stuff. I'm not trying to sell you anything, any products or courses that I recommend. I'm not making one fucking penny off of it. I'm just speaking from my own personal experience of being able to get shredded time and time again when, yes, sometimes the holidays come around, you want to dip into those cookies. Sometimes you want to dip into that eggnog, the fucking apple pie, bro, the mashed potatoes, and you look again like a vertical turnip with a penis on it, and you look in the mirror and you're like, what the hell happened, dude? I used to be shredded, now I look like a chicken McNugget with tits. What the fuck? So if you too are going through that and you want to get shredded for spring and summer that's coming, this is the episode for you. I'm going to try to give you really good information. But again, I don't do a lot of episodes on this because I'm not a professional. I'm not certified. I don't have any merit behind my name whatsoever, other than the fact that I'm pretty fucking shredded when I want to be. If you want to corroborate that, you can look at my Instagram. Particularly, one of the first pictures I ever posted is me standing there with my shirt off. I think I was 45 at the time. I'm pretty proud of that, bro. Like, to be able to get that shredded naturally without anything, not creatine, not steroids, not SARMs, nothing. I'm pretty proud of that. So I'm going to share with you what I've learned. In my opinion, and again, do not email me saying that you disagree, but in my opinion, abs are made in the kitchen, which means diet, diet, diet every day of the week and twice on Sunday. In fact, they've found that when you do cardio, like let's say you get on the fucking Stairmaster shaking your ass like a fat chick on the cardio for an hour, not only do you burn fewer calories than you think you do, but it exhausts your body in a way where you're going to eat more to actually replace the calories, and you actually eat more calories because of it. So what I found is that cardio-based things, and I'm really into biking, both mountain biking as well as road biking, I find that that's not really good for getting shredded. It's good for cardiovascular health and just feeling overall good. Whenever I'm in good cardiovascular shape, I always feel fantastic. So I make sure to work that into my weekly exercise regimen. But to me, getting shredded is all about diet and it's all about lifting weights. So first, diet, and I'm just giving you my experience. I've been doing this thing called intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting basically means you don't eat for a large portion of the day. I'm doing 18 hours of fasting, 6 hours of eating, sometimes 20 hours of fasting, 4 hours of eating. Basically, you're allowed to eat, they call it a feasting window, within that window of 4, 6, 8 hours. 8 is about the most you want to go. 6 works for me. So I get up in the morning, I'm able to work out, I'm able to do anything I want to do, and I don't feel hungry, and I eat around 1 p.m. This is just me. Okay, I'm not telling you what to do, but this is just what I do. Okay, I eat at 1 p.m., and then I stop eating around 7 p.m., so that's a 6-hour window. In that window, and this is a piece of advice that I do stand by, I do not eat sugar. Nothing with sugar in it will come into my diet. And guys, sugar is in everything. If you go to the supermarket and you look on the backs of packages, everything has sugar in it, including ketchup, including ranch dressing, including yogurt, including things like spices and stuff that you're going to put on your steak. It's ridiculous how much sugar they pour into things. I had a piece of advice given to me once that I want to give to you, which is when you go in the supermarket, stay on the outside edges. Anything in the middle is complete and utter crap, meaning cereals, chips, cookies, candy, all that crap soda that they sell. I saw an Instagram post the other day that talked about Ritz crackers, Nilla wafers, I believe it was Oreo cookies and maybe Doritos, basically that kind of finger food that's really junk for you. There's literally poison in it, bro, Tendo, and it's been banned in many countries, including much of Europe. So we have to be extremely careful. And when I say shop on the outside edges, I mean stick to meats, vegetables, and some fruits, which is what I do. Again, I'm not a dietitian, but this is just what I found. I eat a highly carnivore-based diet, and then I eat some vegetables on top of that, and that's pretty much it. I do not eat sugars in any way whatsoever, especially when I'm trying to cut, and I do not fuck with simple carbohydrates like breads, pastas, and all that other crap. This is why the vast majority of the population does look like chicken McNuggets with tits or a fucking potato with a bathing suit on it. You get chicks with badonkadonk butts. They are in the Stairmaster and their fucking armpits are frothing because they eat this shitty diet. So I feel really strongly about diet where if you just cut out sugars and simple carbohydrates like breads and pastas, your entire fucking life will change. Now, when you start doing this, especially the intermittent fasting, getting rid of those junk foods such as the Oreo cookies and the Doritos and all that other crap, bro, that's fucking poison. Do not eat that shit. Your gut microbiome is going to fight you on it, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have experienced. When you try to diet, when you try to change your diet, the first 3 to 5, 10 days, 2 weeks is going to be fucking hard. But once you get over that hump, and your body gets used to this new diet, you get a new gut microbiome, you start to clear up, inflammation goes down, you sleep better, you feel better, and you're gonna be motivated to stick to this new diet because of how you feel. Sure, I get enticed by certain things like cinnamon rolls and that cinnamon raisin bread with butter on it. Oh my hell, that is my favorite food in this entire world. It's called Pepperidge Farms cinnamon raisin bread. Toast that shit with butter. Oh my God, dude. It's like orgasm in my mouth. I can't touch that shit when I'm trying to cut because it just makes me look and more importantly, feel like shit. So once you get your diet pinned, after a couple weeks, you're going to start enjoying it. And here's what happens. Fat is related to estrogen. The more fat that you have on your body, the more estrogen your body is producing. At least that's what I've been told. Again, don't email me about it. Don't want to hear it. But this is what my research has concluded. Fat equals estrogen. So when you get rid of fat, your testosterone goes up. When your testosterone goes up, you feel that war flowing through your veins. And I'm telling you, I haven't felt that in probably like 4 months. And maybe you guys have even seen in my podcast, I haven't been doing those warrior kick some ass, take some fucking names type of episodes. But today I want to do it because my testosterone is going up and I can feel it, man. I'm hornier. I want to lift more weights. I have more energy. I just want to fuck up everything that I come in contact with, including my business, including approaching girls, including everything and this podcast, because testosterone makes you feel good. The less body fat you have, the more testosterone you have, the more muscle you're able to build in the gym. And I'm going to get to building muscle in a second. And the better you feel and the healthier you are. One product that I take, and I'm not associated with this product in any way whatsoever. I'm definitely not getting paid for this, but it's called Testosterone Force X7. Force is FORCE, like X-ray, 7, the number 7. Testosterone Force X7 by Alpha Wolf Nutrition. If you Google it, in my research, and again, I'm not a professional at this, I'm not a certified dietitian, but in my simple research, it has the cleanest ingredients, and I've been taking it for several years, off and on. I'll do like 3 weeks on, a week off is kind of what I'm doing, how I'm cycling on it. I feel amazing when I take that shit, bro. I get fucking horny as hell. I get that war flowing through my veins in the gym, and all I want to do is jack motherfucking weights, and that's what you guys need to do. When it comes to lifting weights, honestly, I've been doing it for about 27 years, and I've seen all kinds of different workout routines. I've done them all. What I've basically found is if you have a pinned diet and you're consistently hitting it hard in the gym, which means going that extra rep, going that extra mile. You don't have to stay for an hour and a half. In my opinion, you can knock it all out in half an hour to an hour if you're working really hard. If you do it consistently, you're gonna see results. The diet is, in my opinion, the most important thing. If you're eating crap food, like the food I just explained, and trying to fuel this new transformation of your body, it's not gonna happen as fast as if you use premium fuel. Just like if you put premium fuel into a race car or shitty ass gasoline from your local Taliban gas station. You wanna use the high quality shit. And in my opinion, the diet, man, it makes so much difference. It reduces inflammation, it makes you feel better. And again, I do that very carnivore diet with some vegetables and some fruit thrown in. Very fucking simple. When I go to the gym, which for me is about 5 times a week, I hit it hard, I leave nothing on the table, and then I get shredded. But my advice is to, and you personal trainers out there, you're gonna really like this one, hire a personal trainer. Somebody who can show you the right techniques, show you the right moves. I feel I've been doing it long enough where I probably get maybe 80 to 90% of it correct. I'm sure I could use some improvement, but to me, I get the results, and I don't like people yelling in my ear and watching me and like hovering over me. So what I like to do is I like to buy programs that are on apps. One program I've used that I was very impressed with is called AthleanX. AthleanX. You can buy an app. I believe it was like $100 for a full workout routine to build muscle. Man, that guy challenges you and you get fucking shredded on that. So to build muscle, I really am not an authority on this. So I suggest you hire an authority. You guys know I believe in coaching, which is why I believe in my coaching program so much. I believe that when you hire a coach who has been up the mountain and who has shown others the shortcut up the mountain, you cut down your time to get to your goal exponentially. And that happens with personal trainers. You can even hire a dietitian. I personally did some blood work where they figured out what my body jives with most as far as food is concerned. And then she built me out a custom diet that I could follow. I was just thinking about this before recording the podcast. You have some people who are vegans, some people who just follow a carnivore diet. My opinion is all our bodies are so different that you have to experiment and see which diet is best for you. But if you get that blood test and it says, okay, I have an allergy to wheat, I have an allergy to gluten, maybe I should stay away from that. When I get sugar in my system, I feel like shit. I don't know about you guys, but in my opinion, I get lightheaded when I eat too much sugar. Probably isn't good for me. I also have inflammation. I get headaches, I get stuffy noses, and sometimes I even get dizzy because what I believe is happening is in my head, there's a lot of inflammation and it's like fucking up my system. The second I clear that stuff out, meaning sugar, simple carbohydrates, pastas, etc., I feel freaking phenomenal. So what I suggest is find the diet for you, either by hiring a dietitian or, for God's sakes, basic mode is at least getting rid of sugar and simple carbohydrates, which surprisingly will be a lot of your diet right there. So you have to be vigilant. Then what you do is you buy a program to help you lift. Personal trainers are highly trained in this shit and they will get you shredded. You're welcome to all my brothers out there who listen to this. A shit ton of personal trainers like my material, honestly, because they're champions. They're into fitness. They're into maximizing themselves. So my message resonates with them. Next thing I want to talk about is getting into your masculine energy. How do you do that? Be goal oriented. I want you guys to have a clear vision of what you want to look like, perhaps even how much you weigh. Me, for example, I know my ideal weight. You have that as a clear, tangible goal that you're going after and visualize it on a daily basis, as I talked about in my recent episode called Tactical Visualization. So you have that goal for yourself. What do I want to look like? And by what dates do I want to achieve that? This is why it's cool to start now, is because we're coming into April. We have a couple months until summer starts. We're going to be on the beach, at the pool, with our shirts off, and we could have a tangible goal date set around a thing like a vacation, or you make a deal with yourself that says, all right, bro, on freaking June 15th, I'm going to the swimming pool with my friends, and I want to be absolutely shredded. Just like Brad Pitt in Fight Club, this is the way I want to look. I feel like I need to be this weight. Here's what I'm going to do to achieve that. I'm going to hire a dietitian. I'm going to hire a personal trainer. I'm going to hit it 5 days a week. I'm going to stick to my fucking diet. And what I do, boys, is I let myself have one cheat meal a week just to kind of give yourself a break from the rigid schedule. And then you get after it and you hit it hard like a man does. My next piece of advice is get highly into your masculine energy when you're in the gym. I want you guys fired up. I want you listening to music that gets you pumped up. I want you thinking about things like boning hot chicks and checking out the girls in the gym and let that motivate you. I'll tell you, they have scientifically proven that a guy can bench press more when there's a hot girl sitting on his lap. They've done scientific studies on this. So if you see a hot chick, let it motivate you. Think about all the sex you're gonna have. Sex is so motivating. It's made me rich. I wouldn't be where I am today were it not for the desire to have sex. So let yourself desire that. When you get shredded, you're going to get more sex. Not necessarily because you're shredded. It's because you feel good being shredded and you communicate that confidence via your body language and tonality. So when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you attract women. So let yourself leverage your sexuality to get yourself fucking shredded. Next thing is be towards oriented. Focus on other goals outside of getting shredded, such as business goals, approaching girls' goals, anything else that keeps you in that towards masculine mentality. Here's femininity. It has guys procrastinate. It has guys flake. It has guys go back on their word. It has guys eat like shit, sit in their house eating Oreos out of their belly button and playing video games, thus creating more fat on their body, thus creating more estrogen and making the testosterone go down. A guy who's highly in his masculine energy keeps his word, goes after goals, not only in getting shredded, but also in all areas of his life. He's disciplined. He does things like take cold showers, get to bed at a reasonable hour so the micro tears in his muscles can heal and he could get more shredded. Keep a pin diet and don't be seduced by some Oreo cookie that your friend offers you. When he holds out his hand with the Oreo cookie and it, fucking slap that thing off his hand and be like, get that shit away from me, bitch. I'm fucking disciplined. I'm getting shredded so that on June 15th or July 4th or whatever your goal is, I can unveil the Adonis body that I'm going to be working on via diet, lifting weights, having a towards mentality. And my final tip, gentlemen, is listen to my playlist on Spotify. It's called Mark's Lift Heavy Ass Weights by MarkSing, obviously. I think I have 1,200 followers on that thing right now. And I'm going to line up my first dozen favorite songs to lift to. I'm going to rearrange it all right now. to get it set for you boys. Let's start this thing together. I'm going to be doing it right alongside you. I'm going to be having a pin diet. I'm going to be lifting weights. I'm going to be getting into my testosterone, my masculine energy, being towards oriented, being disciplined, doing things like taking cold showers, doing cold plunges, going into the sauna, doing sit-ups and going on long ass bike rides to get myself into that high level of fitness. So that for me, when I look in the mirror in my new basement, and this is my goal, May 1st, I'm getting a brand new basement. We're building it right now. My goal is once my full length mirror is up in my bathroom and all those lights are on in my brand new basement, I want to do that basement justice by being absolutely shredded. Then I'm going to go get my hot ass chick, Marissa. I'm going to take her down to the stabbing cabin, the Casa de Champion, and I'm going to fuck the shit out of her just like a masculine man should. And she's going to love every single second of it. That's the visualization I have going in my head. I let myself feel good. I see myself just ripped. I see my abs. I see my obliques. I see my chest, biceps, and shoulders, and I'm freaking shredded, bro. And that's the way you need to see yourself too. Remember, reality works like this. First, you think of the picture, then you paint it, then you step inside of it. So get very clear about what you want to achieve. Feel the good feelings of having achieved it already and go after your goal with discipline. Discipline is simply this: acting on your higher motives, not your lesser motives. What's your lesser motive? Eating that Oreo cookie that your friend, who by the way looks like a turnip standing vertically with a penis on it, offers you, and freaking smacking it out of his hand and being like, yo, I'm above that. My higher goal is to get shredded, and that's what we're gonna do in 2024, gentlemen. In the summer, all of us are going to be absolutely shredded, and all the chicks are going to be attracted to us. We're all going to be champions. So go listen to my playlist, Mark's Lift Heavy Ass Weights. I'm going to arrange all the songs to try to get you as pumped up as possible so that when you're lifting, you feel that war flowing through your veins and you can just see yourself getting more and more shredded every time you lift. Then you hit the protein, you're probably gonna hit the tanning salon, get your teeth whitened, get your freaking eyebrows plucked and your butthole shaved in order to be ready for the unveiling of the champion that stands before me. So much of a champion, in fact, that I, Mark Sing, am honored to find shelter in the shadow that you cast. All right, gentlemen, I do appreciate you listening. I hope you got some things out of this. Look, I'm not a professional at this. I'm not certified. I don't have any degree or anything next to my name that says I should be giving this information. All I have is a bunch of experience. And what my experience tells you is this: be disciplined, make sure your diet is fucking pinned, and get after it in the gym. You will get results if you have that combination. And for God's sakes, go hire a personal trainer, man. Those guys work hard. They don't get paid a ton of money. It's not that expensive. So go hire somebody. Let somebody show you up the mountain because they've already been there. And I have a lot of listeners right now who are personal trainers who are agreeing fervently with what I say. So go hire that motherfucker. If he's listening to this, the guy's an absolute champion whose shadow I would be honored to find shelter in because he's at that level and you need to go hire him. So go do that today. I hope you enjoyed this, gentlemen. I drop podcasts on Mondays and Thursdays, so please stay tuned for the next one. And by the way, go look at my playlist, Mark's Lift Heavy Ass Weights, and I will see you in the next episode.